Welcome back to part 2. We have small pool
and big pool.
Tour player pool versus normal pool, gaining 30 yards off the tee.
Yeah.
And then obviously taking on 10% with the irons as well. So small pool currently 2 under par against tour player pool, who's 1 under par. So we've got a proper little battle going on here for these 9 holes. Yeah. I'm still feeling tour player pool going to come back at you.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely feel that.
Yeah.
Okay. Go get them, small pool.
So we're a short par 4 here again. It's 350, but I think it's driver. Keep it up the left.
Yeah.
Certainly driver from here for me. I'm going to keep it. I'm almost going sort of left rough again here because the right is really dead.
Not seeing that. Where you see that?
Straight down the middle.
Straight down the middle.
At that far bunker.
Yeah, on the straight down, straight at that green side bunker on the left hand side there.
There's a lot of into the sun on this.
Yeah, that's not an easy for us to see that. Good drive though.
Thank you.
Right, coming up 30 yards. How far have you got here?
What, to the green?
Yeah.
I think it's only about 320 from here.
320.
Yeah.
So you'd be getting this up to the throat of the green.
There's a bunker on the left there, which is just short of the green. So that's that kind of coming into play, but that's your line really.
Yeah, on the right edge of that bunker is the line.
Yeah, I'm going to probably aim in the middle of it.
Okay. Just to be extra safe, because it will bounce to the right when it lands. It could bounce to the other bunker. Yeah, well you started it just left of that, so you might just catch the bank on the left hand side, bouncing in now.
Yeah, it's fine there.
Pretty much in line with that bunker that you talked about. I think that won't be again too far away from your first small ball pool.
There is an upslope there, so the farther you're carrying it on this hole, the more you're going to be hitting to the upslope, so you're not really going to gain a huge amount.
No, you're not. No, I mean that's landed in the rough on the upslope, so that might just kill it a bit. Small pool is absolutely on it. You are not letting big pool get away, are you?
No, it's not happening.
Look, so you've landed on a bit of a down slope, or certainly that flat part, and it's a bit of the luck of the draw there, isn't it? Because I mean, you could have kicked into the upslope, killed it a little bit, but in this particular situation, he's caught a bit of the downslope, chased it up through the fairway, and run up to here. But if we look at just across the fairway, in that semi-rough over there, you can see big pool. Where big pool has landed up in the mound up here, which has obviously killed it a little bit, and kind of the reverse has just happened now with hole 11. Yeah. Back in part 1, you hit 5-iron in for your second shot with small pool, and 52-degree wedge in with big pool. Yeah. Because one got caught up in the mounds up there, and then obviously you lost the advantage, or gained the advantage, but you've lost the advantage here now.
The strikes on both those tee shots were pretty similar.
Were they?
So,
just one started further left than the other.
That just shows the luck of what you land on sometimes in fairways or in the rough. One might stop it dead, the other might kick it. So, yeah, I'm quite happy to be here. There's 74 yards, so just a little, very small 58 in here.
Cool, dug it out quite nicely there, didn't you?
The lie wasn't the best there.
Yeah, that's all right. That looked like it was dancing around the pin nicely. How do you feel? How do you think that big pool is feeling now with little or small pool beating him?
I think he underestimated him.
Do you think that's what's happened?
I think he thought he was going to have an easy game, but
small pool.
Never underestimate small pool.
Yeah. Okay, tour player pool. What are you seeing?
73 yards. This one.
73. So what was the other one?
74.
Okay, so you've gained a yard.
Yeah.
Okay. The small pool has actually just gone through the green, so you've de-greened it there. So again, like playing in a tournament, would you have watched what small pool had done there, seeing the ball land and running through the green, would you be taking that into consideration now with your shot, considering he's landed that pretty good? It's just jumped on a bit.
I think the lie, I've probably got a better lie in the rough here than what I had in the fairway. Right, okay. So that one I had to try and dig it out, which is why it didn't have any spin on it. So yeah, this one. But
what I'm getting at is, would you in a tournament? Yeah. You know, for people watching this, how much attention are you paying to the player you're playing against in this? Yeah, a lot. You've got to, and you're looking at how receptive the green is, what the wind's doing, so you can always get a clue as to what's coming up with your shot if you watch everyone else's. Definitely. And because the green here is set up, so we're coming down to up, the descent angle of that ball coming in is going to be a lot shallower, so it's like skimming a stone. So when that ball lands on the green, it's going to skip forward a little bit more, which you've got to take into consideration when you're playing from down these bottom slopes. Yeah, definitely. Okay, what have we got?
73, I think we said.
73 yards.
So a yard closer. So yeah, it's just a little sort of 10 o'clock swing for me.
Yep. Yeah, very good. Very good. That could be in. Oh, that had a little look, I think. Might be just short right.
Might be a bit short. It looks
that
like
was a pretty good shot from where we were. Very good.
Get up there.
Big Paul on the attack.
He's coming back.
Big Paul, very good. Tour player Paul. Tidy shot that. Really nicely played. And small Paul is actually, your pitch mark Paul is actually here. It's just here. And then it tried to sort of recover itself at the back there, but like I said, coming in at that descent angle, slightly shallower than normal, has kind of stalled or stopped it from checking up as much as what you would expect from that particular shot. That and a combination of maybe not the best lie, but I think the descent angle played its bigger part. So just off the slope, what are you seeing?
It's downhill, it's a bit right to left, so
yeah,
probably what, 15 foot?
15 feet.
18 foot.
Okay. Always got to think about your pace when you're coming out of that semi there. Oh, he's got away from him. That's all right though. That's all right. It just didn't move at all. Yeah, it's almost like it shot to the right off the actual the fringe there. Okay, so still 2 under par for small Paul. Still playing good golf.
Yeah.
Very good. Right, let's see if we can recover this back.
Okay, so I got this one. It could have a hint of left to right, or it could be dead straight. So I'm going to go just left half.
Okay.
Probably go straight actually.
Yeah, I kind of like. Well, I shouldn't be saying really, but yeah, I kind of like straight.
You're not supposed to be caddying, are you?
No, I know. Sorry, just hold the camera and shush.
Just hold the camera.
Hold the camera and say nothing. In. Oh. Yes, here he comes. Here he comes.
He's making a charge back, isn't he?
Just don't feel like there's much pressure. There's no, like, I don't feel like you're under stress, Big Paul. But whereas little Paul is under a bit more stress.
He's like the duck, isn't he, on the pond where his legs are going,
flapping away. That's small Paul. And then big Paul. What's Big Paul doing?
His legs are just sort of just moving a little bit.
Yeah, a little swan.
Swan.
Big swan.
Like a swan.
Solid hole, 460 yards. Sorry, yeah, so 460, 14th hole.
Yeah.
Both 2 under par, loving it. Great game. Yeah. Proper game this, isn't it?
Tight game, yeah.
Tight game, yeah. What's your line? I think you're straight at that big tree, I think.
Big tree, again, you want to keep it left, because right is...
Out of bounds right, so as soon as you get it on that slope, it's going to kick it right. There's a cart path down there as well, which can play havoc. Slightly downwind.
You look at the grass and you throw it up. It's going left to right.
Yeah. Note to Leicester.
Note to Leicester. So again, favouring the left side of the fairway, even left rough is okay.
Okay, like it. Oh, small Paul. Oh. Deary me. Deary me. That is absolutely perfect.
It's good, isn't it?
Oh, keep up with that one, Big Paul.
no chance, is he? Up 30.
Up 30, perfect.
So again, you want to be up the left side.
Yeah, you don't want to be hugging that right side, do you?
So similar shot.
Even though it's more the direct line, green moves from left to right here. Oh, again, great hit. Great hit. That should be sailing past small pool. Oh, big bound. Is that big bound because it's hit the upslope, do you think?
I don't know.
And killed it a little bit.
Don't know.
I'll
we'll
tell you
see
what,
when we get up there.
It's going to be a hell of a shot to get past, or get it up past small pool.
You're going to laugh, but it's about 3 yards in it.
Is it really? By the way, we have Wilbur on camera who's giggling behind the screen there. All right, Wilbur?
Yeah, very good.
Very good. Here he is, cameraman for the day.
Head of cameras.
Head of cameras. Will was right, wasn't he? Look at the difference there. You've got small pool back here and big pool up there. Did you just get hold of that?
Yeah, I'm not sabotaging this on purpose.
But then again, we've got lots of mounding in the fairways here, which again, you catch the wrong part of the mound, and one will kill it, and one will chuck it forward. So,
absolutely. Which is why sometimes I do outdrive Will.
You hit a downslope,
sometimes if
and
I
Will
catch
hits
the right slope and he doesn't, then I have
knocked it past him.
Maybe once.
Maybe once. But we are seeing, obviously, big pool or tall player pool is going to move further up because he's outside the 100 yards. So we are going to see an advantage here in a minute. Okay, what have we got?
Okay, got 150 with slope, so slightly uphill. And I'm going to hit a little 8 iron. It's right in between 8 and 9 for me, but I'm going to just smooth the 8 iron in.
Okay.
I'm not really sure where that pin is, but I try not to go too far past it, so hit a nice and smooth one.
Yeah. Very good. Started it on the flag, just moving now off the flag. Yeah, very good, Paul. Great shot there. Very good shot there. That's pretty well played. That looks about pin high as well, to be fair.
Yeah, we'll see.
Bit of slope on this green, if I remember. We'll see when we get up there. Okay, so big pool, tall player pool has gone up.
Yeah.
How far we got?
So we're now from this pool 130 with the slope.
130 with the slope.
So we've gone up. We've gone up 14 yards because that's what the 10% is. It was 144.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a good wedge for me. This should be a good number.
Are you hitting this flat out?
It's going to be just a normal one.
Yeah, don't get too much spin on this green, if I remember rightly. There's a bit of slope there.
I think you're supposed to be caddying.
I'm sorry, yeah. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. I just like to make sure everyone's all right, you know? Very good shot again.
Right.
Very good shot again. Again, I think that's got a little bit of spinach on it. That's coming probably back down the slope there. Got to be careful with them wedges, haven't you?
Yeah.
Hey? These big players have got to be very careful with their wedges.
Control your spin.
I like the way that small pool's ball lands and runs forward, and then big pool's drops and stops.
So that's the difference, isn't it?
Big time.
That is something you've got to factor in.
Lots of spin here with big pool. You can see pitch mark just here spinning all the way back down to that position there. Left himself a nice uphill putt, maybe just off the right, whereas small pool has landed just here and maybe just sort of jumped forward a fraction. Again, small pool playing some solid golf with those mid irons.
Yeah,
aren't you? Okay, who's going first?
This one's going to go first.
So big pool going first.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's slightly downhill, I think.
Again, big pool's got to be upset when he's getting small pool getting inside his wedges, you know.
That is something that would demoralise you, wouldn't it?
It would a little bit, wouldn't it? You just grind people down.
Yeah. I got this at least 2% out the right, so I'm going to go about maybe a foot right here.
Okay.
Seeing quite a bit.
Yeah. Again, I did talk about, I won't interrupt Paul's putt, but I did talk about a massive bowl all the way around here. So when you come and play Dartmouth, just be careful when you're coming up to this green, because it'll catch you out a little bit if you're not seeing it from down the fairway.
Pulled that a little bit.
Did you? I'm not going to say anything about you pulling putts with that putter in your hand.
Yeah, cheers.
Yep, okay.
Safe par.
A steady par. Steady par. Now you've got a little bit, I would say, a little bit of a trickier putt down the hill.
Again, it's probably similar sort of break, but from the opposite way, so it's left to right, probably a foot, I think, this time.
Okay. Which putt would you have preferred in a tournament? This one or the one down there?
I wouldn't mind either of them. They're pretty similar, I think.
Yeah, even though there's a bit of slope. Even though this is downhill. Yeah.
I think the other one was downhill as well. It's in a bit of a bowl.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right, to be fair, Phil. I'm going to get you this side of the flag because it will see it move. See how much slope he's got there. That's in. Hold. Oh, it just straightened up right at the end there, didn't it? Really good putt though. Had a chance. Right. So, what's that now?
2 pars.
2 pars. So still 2 under par. 1 hole to go on part 2. Small pool feeling alright?
Yeah. Still hanging in, isn't he?
And how about big pool?
Yeah, I think 2
He's
under
a
par,
little
he
bit-
can't be too disappointed, can he?
2 under par, no. It's more the player he's playing with is upsetting him, I would say, rather than his score.
Yeah, he's probably being demoralised a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Let's move on to the next. 15th hole, 454 yards. Stroke 1.
Yeah.
You get a shot here.
Who's small pool gets a shot?
Oh, well, actually, small pool would get a shot.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you thinking?
Well,
Driver, because this is a really
yeah,
funky hole. Like, you can
funky.
run out quite a bit here and end up down the slope and into the water, but...
Yeah, you've got to be careful here. So I think you're probably about 300 yards to the water, maybe just a bit more, maybe 310.
Yeah.
But it starts going down the hill at about 270. So small pool can probably just hit one, land on the top of the slope and get it running down with driver.
Yeah.
It's going to give more of a problem with big pool because he'll probably be able to reach the water here. So he might have to lay up. So
absolutely.
yeah, so we'll see how this unfolds. I'm just going to hit it just down the fairway there. And it'll probably run through the fairway into the rough just short of the water, but I always play it this way on this hole.
Oh, that's a bullet ball. It's a little bit lower probably than you thought, but that is an absolute bullet ball. That'll be absolutely fine. It'll be on the downslope there, won't it? But
it will,
be absolutely fine there.
And I play for that because I don't want it. I'd rather have it on the downslope with a short iron than a longer iron on the top of the slope because I'm quite comfortable with those. So.
Okay, 30 yards on.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't hit driver here, can you?
No, you'll be in the water.
So now we're getting, in a way, we're kind of taking advantage away from big pool again and putting it back into small pool because small pool's so good with his driver.
You can contend on this hole.
He's keeping up, isn't he?
Yeah. So I'm thinking forward here, try and land it something like 230, which would be just on the top of that slope. Similar sort of thing, but just land it and just let it run down next to that driver, hopefully.
Okay. You're not bothered about now hitting onto a downslope? Like, would you not want to just leave yourself on the top plateau, having a straight shot? Because it's obviously you're going to be hitting down and then to an up green, should we say?
Just as we discussed earlier on that tee, I'd rather have a shorter iron off a downslope because you can gain 20-30 yards off of going down, so you're going to get 2-3 clubs less into the green. I'd rather have a short iron into the green than a mid to long iron back. For me, anyway, that's how my game. I play better with that.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Just up by that left edge of that right bunker and then drawing back. Absolutely spot on there.
Yeah.
Great shot. Well. Great shot. So I'm questioning this tee shot really because it's in the rough. You've got a bit of a downslope, and I don't know how far you've got, but
well, I'm just trying to work out now whether I've got 160 with the slope to the pin.
Yeah.
But it's going to be coming out so hot and running.
You got to get the height.
I might hit I would normally hit an 8, but I might hit a 9 here. I might hit a 9 and just let it on the front of the green. It's going to run for miles.
It's going to skip. I mean, in some respects, you're quite lucky that the pin is at the back.
Yeah.
Aren't you? Because at the front, you got no chance of stopping this.
Yeah.
Not sure about this play for small pool.
Well, it's this, or really you're laying it up another 40 odd yards back.
Yeah, I know.
To take the downslope out of play.
So in a percentage game, this is still the better percentage, is it?
Yeah, well...
As long as you can get a decent lie, a decent strike, and get the height.
Yeah.
So I'm not asking for much from you.
It's a lot of boxes to tick.
It is, yeah. And luckily the grass is lying with you a little bit, so which means it's running down with him. Makes it easier to strike it. Get the club coming through a bit better. You've gone for it. Where's that going to end up? Oh yeah, did absolutely everything you wanted it to do there, Paul.
Yeah.
That is absolutely spot on.
That's why we do it.
Cool, both your feet were off the ground when you hit that.
Yeah.
Small Paul is on a mission, isn't he?
Yeah,
absolute mission. So this one has actually been moved on. It was situated quite nicely, sat up the top of that plateau there, just short of this rough, or just the rough there, so in the fairway. But we've moved it on to the downslope, which is actually, again, very similar lie to what you had over there with Small Paul's shot.
Yeah, this is a bit easier, this one.
Okay.
It's 150 yards with the slope. I'm going to hit the same club, actually.
Okay.
Because it's more towards the bottom of the slope and the lie isn't as bad. So I'm going to hit it a little bit softer.
Yeah.
Not quite both feet off the ground, maybe just 1 foot.
Okay. Oh yeah, that come out a lot higher that time, Paul. A lot higher. Oh, landed on that little bit of, there's a bit of sloping on this green, which we'll see when we get up there, but I think that's taken a big hop, so that's landed kind of on top of that mound in the green, that knuckle on the green, alright?
I think it'll be
Came out really well though, really well.
Both of them, both were...
That little bit of extra strength by Big Paul
the extra
just gets it up,
yeah.
gets it up in the air. Well, there's been an incident, and Big Paul played a pretty good shot there, tour player Paul, but Small Paul has got away with, well, Small Paul is on it, isn't he?
So what do you think to the strategy now? You quite like the strategy, or are you still against it?
I'm just saying that landed on the front of the green, so if that pin was anywhere at the front of that green, you were now putting down this huge slope down here. Lots and lots of slope, like a bit of consistency around Dartmouth, but lots of slope, big knuckles bounding in on the greens. But you get that onto a front pin, which is obviously where it's been recently. If that pin was there, I think Small Paul would have been struggling a little bit. Right,
Off the right, probably about just over 1%, so I'm going to give it like maybe 6 inches, something like that.
Okay.
It's probably what, 15 foot? 15 foot?
15 feet. Let's see if we can get out of part 2 with another couple of birdies. Let's see if we can be 3 under here.
If this goes in, this would put a bit of pressure on Small Paul, wouldn't it?
Big time. Stay there, stay there. Oh!
Pulled it a little bit there.
Did you pull it? Well, I told you about that putter, haven't I? I have told you about that putter. Okay. Yes. Okay, so Big Paul finishes at 2 under par after part 2. And I would say that Big Paul is probably walking over to his caddy right now and going, how is this guy getting it round the golf course when we're literally 30 past him off the tee? You know?
I think it's ruined Will a few times, hasn't it, Will?
What's Will saying? He's giggling still.
I'm 40 past,
you've been giggling.
30.
You've been giggling all the way around this golf course, Will. Right, Small Paul. What are we seeing?
Well, I've got this left half.
Left half.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to just come down in here and see what left half looks like.
It's not much.
Not much?
I'm not happy with that line.
Are you not? This is why it takes a while with the old lines, everybody.
Yeah, the lines are only good if you're good at lining them up.
Yeah, I had that problem for a while. Right, let's just get in a little bit closer on that stroke. Here we go. Oh my word. This is unbelievable scenes, really, isn't it?
I'm thinking I don't need any more distance. I don't know. What are you thinking?
I can't believe what I'm thinking, to be honest. Can't believe what I'm thinking. That is, so your small pool or normal pool, small pool, we'll call you small pool, 3 under par.
Yeah.
After part 2. Big pool, tour player pool, 2 under par. Small pool is happy as Larry.
Yeah.
Whereas big pool, tour player pool, is probably walking off again, bit stroppy with his caddy that small pool's tucking him up here. Okay.
Big thing is though, par 5 to come on the next hole, so we could see.
And it's a proper bombers one as well. 16 is a proper bombers one.
Yeah. Cool. Right.
What do we think then? Where do you see this finishing after part? Now that you're 2 under and Jumbo Pool is
small pool.
Small pool is 3 under. Where do you see this ending up?
I still think it's gonna be close. There's par 5 coming up, which I think small pool won't get up. I think big pool
will definitely get up.
And then the next 2 holes probably not going to be much difference. So I think the next hole is key.
So it could finish all flat here, really.
Could be, yeah.
Could be all flat after all this. See you all.
See you.
What you got to say, Will? What have you got to say?
See you all tomorrow for part 3.
Lovely, well done.